Hi everyone, thank you so much for being with me here today. This is going to be the Taurus June 2023 tarot reading. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you liked it. And if you are interested and curious to see more of my videos, you can subscribe. I would also appreciate that. So we're going to talk about the energy for June for the sign of Taurus. We're going to go into your personal energy along with anything that may come up in your environment and get some more details around any situations that you may be expecting or that you should anticipate and be aware of. On June 3rd, we do have the full moon in Sagittarius. So I think that for the collective, we're starting off the month in a really high vibration, just overall optimism, enthusiasm. I think that there are a lot of us right now that have, this high peak energy, all these ideas running through us that we want to start to bring to life and do something about and take action with that fire energy of Sagittarius. There could be some changes or revisions when it comes to our ideas and our belief system, since Sagittarius also has something to do with that. For you, for the sign of Taurus, this is going to emphasize focus around your finances, money, the things that you value. Where are you getting your money from and what are you doing with it? Who is also in your environment that may be affecting your income, the intake, and the how you're spending it, right? So you may start to analyze that, think about that, review that for yourself. If you have to have any, conversations around that, that is probably going to come through middle of the month, around June 18th. That's when we do have the new moon in Gemini, and Gemini does, speak to communication and articulating our thoughts, and sharing information with others. So again, it is still going to be in that access around money, your money, and the money of others. And as well, again, what you value, your investments. So just, I think overall, the month of June with the moon phases, the full moon and the new moon, those are going to be some of the key topics for you. We also have Jupiter in Taurus as well. This just happened not too long ago, and it should be here for a good year. So it's a really, really good time to be a Taurus right now, I would say, just because of that Jupiter energy. Anywhere Jupiter goes, as long as it's, well aspected, it is going to bring blessings and pretty much enhance the topics of the sign that it's in. And lucky for everyone, it's in Taurus right now, which does rule money, right? And pleasure and using our senses and indulging in the finer things of life, connecting with the earth, connecting through our senses with the earth, finding beauty in the things around us. We could, especially you could be looking at your body, like, maybe there's some health things, or you just want to beautify yourself some more, and as well as your environment. There is something around, let's see, I think I was getting something with the transits as it related to your home. I think that it's going to be the Mars in Leo, and then we have Venus going into Leo on the 5th, so still early on in the month. And it's going to be moving into a part of your chart where it has to do with the home. So having the masculine and the feminine there together, in that part of home, family, your roots system, and then having a really, really good aspect with Jupiter in Taurus. There's just a really good chance for you to take advantage of, again, looking at your surroundings, maybe redecorating, changing the aesthetic of your environment or of yourself. So all of this energy really has to do with you and your home, the way this aspect is looking. So, and I was feeling when I was meditating in your energy before the reading, just a really overall strength and, you know, feeling powerful right now, especially with Pluto. I know this is like making your entire reading about astrology, but I mean, I'm looking at it and there is a lot of activity for the sign of Taurus right now, this time of year. So I don't know, it's just, I'm seeing all of these aspects and I just want to talk about them. But I mean, you do have Pluto kind of doing a little thing at the top of your chart here, where this does speak to our career. So whereas this full moon and new moon are speaking to your finances and the actual money coming in, where Pluto is right now in your chart, this is speaking about your career and the name that you're making for yourself, how you show up in this part of your life. So that is also extremely powerful. I mean, Pluto is a really powerful planet, and when you're sitting in that energy, it's like a force to be reckoned with. So when it comes to your career and the name that you are making for yourself, who you are, the role that you play in the outer world, the status, right? Like, where is your status quo type of thing? I mean, it's right now, it's, you know, there's a sense of power to it, but this energy will be here for a good 18 to 20 years. And I know this is just one June reading, and I get that, but just so you know, the next 18 to 20 years, that part of your life is going to level up tremendously if you take full advantage of that energy. So if you're trying to grow a business, you know, become an entrepreneur, get into investments, stocks, things like that. I know that overall right now, the year of 2023, that might not be the best time, but over this, you know, span of time, if you work with this energy well, you could start to see opportunities that you could take advantage of when it comes to those things. And by the end of this transit, the next 18 years or so, you could be a really, really good place of life, if you take advantage of that. But anyway, so that's a whole other thing. Maybe I'll start doing astrology videos in the future. I'm not too sure. And if you're interested, you know, in knowing about your birth chart or getting a personal reading from me, my information, my contact information is in the details. So I'll be honored and happy to run through some of these things with you. But let's start the reading. Okay. Taurus, 2023. What is the personal energy for Taurus, 2023? We have the Knight of Wands. The Six of Swords. And the Judgment. All right, so this is a big month for you. With the Judgment card here, this is a major arcana card, but it's one of like the top players of the deck. This is when the universe and you sort of have a conversation together, and it's like, it's time to level up. It's time to be aware of your own personal behaviors, thought processes, emotional reactions. Like, those are examples, but there's something about your being, how you are showing up in this lifetime, and from the time and this is very intuitive at this point, but the time that you were born until this day, until now, right? Like, you have created this persona, this being, this belief system, and at this point in time of your life, there is a need to be extremely aware of how you're showing up for yourself in your life. And there may be some behaviors that you have to move away from in order to find freedom, is what I'm getting. So with the Six of Swords, this is an energy of moving away. Usually it is moving away from a mental situation where you feel anxious and you're overthinking, maybe in a fear-based mentality. There's some stress in it here. The negative self-talk, bringing ourselves down. And there's a need to move away from all of the thoughts for the sake of freedom. With the Knight of Wands, this is an energy of a person who does what they want, goes out and lives life, takes risks, is enthusiastic. This is definitely a Sagittarian card. And again, we do have that full moon in Sagittarius on June 3rd. So this energy is going to be with us for the remainder of the month. And we want, or you want, with Sagittarius, you know, we all want to feel this enthusiasm, but it's coming up in your personal energy. So, you know, there's a freedom, a need to break free from this really strict, concise, like almost, I don't know, I'm feeling this like a choking, you know, like there's a need to break free from something. And the universe is going to put opportunity in your path. And when I say opportunity, sometimes it doesn't look like, hey, great, here's a, you know, a blessing, right? Like it's more a blessing in disguise, where situation may come up that is going to cause you to step back and be like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be this way anymore. I am not fulfilled. I am not satisfied with something about my life or about myself. And I just want to break free from it. So overall personal energy, breaking free from mental constraints. See what's in your environment. I'm sorry, I'm also intuitively feeling like, it's like when a person is finally makes a change, it's usually because we are done, like we're so over ourselves, you know, like I'm feeling like that type of self-talk with some of you, or you're feeling like that, like I'm done with myself, you know, like when we are, let's just say, you know, breaking up with somebody or leaving a job or something like that. And it's just that like burnout, like I cannot take anymore. I have to get out. But you're sort of doing this with certain parts of yourself. So there is a part of yourself that you have been in this cycle with, in this pattern with, that is not really getting you anywhere. It's not fulfilling to you. It is not, you know, adding to your life. Like I was feeling that like constraint. And I know I'm repeating myself at this point, but I'm an intuitive reader. So I am feeling these feelings, and it's just like, I need to break free from it. But yeah, like I was hearing, like, I'm over it. Like I'm done with it. Like a choice is made, like no more, right? Like at some point it's just this bam, this awareness that you have from one point to the next. Just like, I cannot do that anymore. Anyway, let's go into your environment. King of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. Whoa. 2 cards came out. And then the Temperance is at the bottom. This is Jupiter. And that Sagittarian energy for the topic of the month. And the Death card. Yeah, so, I mean, again, this is like a powerful month for you. There's definitely some transformative energy. And another card of walking away from something. So the need to transform, a death and rebirth, an ending and a beginning, that transition period. In your environment, there may be something around your finances that does come up. Like the spending and the saving, the intake. I don't even know, is outtake a word? Like it's like in and out, back and forth of money. Where's your money going? Are you investing it in anything? Like when you pay for something or when you're going to spend something, what are you getting in return? And are the things that you're buying or paying for of any actual value to your life? And how is it going to add to your life? What is that money going to do for you? That is, you know, things to start thinking about. In an effort to be stable, secure, safe, building a good foundation, in charge of your finances, in charge of your life. Money, finances, investments, things of actual value are super important to a Taurus. This is, you know, like high priority, along with family, along with food, right? Like high priority. So if you find yourself being messy with your money, then that's your indicator that you're being messy with your life, right? There's something about that. Like money is symbolic for emotional state. Money is symbolic for mental state. You know, like in as above, so below, you know, within, without, right? So, and for you, because money is so important, where your money is at, where it's positioned, how you're using it, all of that stuff is a reflection of your personal energy and where you're at internally. Okay, so there's a need in your environment this month. Something, because we're speaking of environment, something may come up regarding finances, and something may come up where you are going to identify that there may be things that you are not receiving anything from when you are paying for it, and a need to transform your ideas and belief systems, once again going back to the astrology, around the money. And I'm not just saying this because the astrology said this. These are pentacles. This is money when it comes to the tarot cards. This is material, foundational, stable, earthly, 3D stuff, right? So there's a need to revise, redo, rethink where your money is going and how you're spending it and all of that. Okay. And there's also a need to move away. So because this is in the environment, and we do have a person showing up, it could be you, right? Everything that we just spoke about, but it could also be another person. And so what you're looking at here is same concept, just dealing with a person. What is this person bringing to the table? Are they adding to your life? Are they giving you as much as you're giving them? Looking into that, analyzing that, and there may be a need, if it's not happening, if it's not to your satisfaction, if it's not being fair, if you're putting in more than they are putting in, then there may be a need to walk away from that. And with the Eight of Cups here, it is leaving something behind and moving forward toward your future, toward your wish fulfillment, which is the Nine of Cups, which is the next card that comes after this. So ending something to begin again. All right. Let's go into any details and potential people, situations, or energy that may be coming toward you. Things that you have to prepare for, anticipate, know about, so you can make the best of June. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords, Strength, the Knight of Swords, and the Emperor. So something has definitely ended, starting the month with an ending. Starting the month with a need to be strong and take care of your heart and build the muscle of your heart, I'm hearing. It's usually, like, these cards together tell me that whatever just ended was impactful to you in some way, because you need so much strength to handle the ending. And I do feel that this ending was not out of nowhere. It was not a surprise. This has taken a while, because the Strength card is here, and with strength there's a sense of endurance, enduring something. And she's also looking to her future, he or she, but in the card there's a girl. So she's come out of a really painful situation here. Maybe you were stabbed in the back. Maybe you were just, you know, someone or something hurt you to the point where it just, like, you know, pretty much stabbed your heart. Like, I'm seeing these steel knives going through her body here. But you got yourself out of it. I mean, you got yourself out of it. It probably took a lot of strength and courage to do that. And now you are looking toward your future. The Knight of Swords is here. And the Knight of Swords, or the Knight of Voices in this deck, is an energy of someone who is unemotional. They think, they're logical, they make decisions based off of that, based off of facts. It's a mental energy, it's airy energy. Paired with the Emperor, there is a sense of going back to that strength energy that I was feeling, like mentally making a decision to move away from something. Mentally, you know, when we finally change, we can go through these feelings and want change or whatever, but we have to make the choice, right, in our mind to do that before we can take the action, of course. And so I think that you, in the beginning of June, are in that mental state of, this is a choice, doing away with the emotional part of it. Because sometimes the emotional part can prevent us from making choices, right? So you are strengthening the muscle of your heart, strengthening your heart so you don't get distracted by your emotion, is what I'm feeling. And you're in your mental air energy, making a choice, making a decision to take your power back, essentially, and move forward. Whatever, it feels like you were dealing with something that was really painful. This is the King of Cups, the Moon card, the Fool. Can I just add that it's like, it just started storming outside? Isn't that a lovely energy for your reading? And the Knight of Inspiration, which is the same as this Knight of Wands over here. Yeah, so it's like I'm taking my power back, and I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know where I'm going. You know, I have no plan, and I don't care. Like, I made this choice. Hell yes for myself. I am proud of myself. I am strong. I am capable. I am powerful. And I am moving forward. And whatever comes my way, and I am powerful enough to handle it. I will take it. I will make the best of it. I'm excited for this new start of life, this new phase of life. I'm completely done with this shit over here. And super excited to get on with, you know, the rest of the process, or the next chapter, or whatever's coming next. If you are dealing with somebody, I don't think that you know a lot about them right now. I don't think that they are very vocal. The Moon card comes through when there is an internal process going on. This is, you know, about the things that we cannot see, the things that we don't know. It's like the dark, right? Like when you're in the dark, things look one way, but when you turn on the light, like you see things for what they are. So right now, if you're dealing with someone, you don't see them for who they really are. And then the King of Cups is usually a reserved type of person. So if this is a person, it could be you, somebody else, but you know, they are more reserved, more quiet. They do have a big heart. They do care. But they're not going to be the type that shows it. They don't wear their heart on their sleeve. You know, they are in control of their emotions. And there is a common theme here about, in the month of June, from the beginning to the middle so far, of you gaining back your power and getting in control of yourself again. And balancing these different aspects of yourself, your mind, your heart, your body, your spirit, right? But if this is, you know, if that's the type of person that this is, they are in control of their emotions. And I think that there's a sense of faith around, faith in yourself, trust in yourself, that wherever you're going next, you can handle that. There's a depth here going, you know, internal, looking at certain darker aspects of yourself and how do they show up, and maybe changing your belief systems around that as well. Like, I mean, I don't know if anybody does shadow work or has done shadow work or has connected with their darkness. Connecting with your darkness is not, I don't know what you think about it, but some people think like this is a bad thing or whatever, like, you know, the love and light and all that. Like, I personally don't follow that. There's a balance that is needed. There's a balance that we need to have in order to be full within ourselves. And the darkness plays a huge, huge role in that, right? And so if you have been misusing your darkness, your dark side, I think that this month you're going to identify some of those behaviors or some of those deeper, darker parts of yourself, and notice that you can actually use them to your advantage. And usually there is a strong sense of power within that darkness that comes through. So if you're in pain, that's a form, it could be a form of darkness. How are you going to use that and transmute that, transform that into power? Okay. So yeah, so I don't know, that came through. Anyway, I don't know, I think I was going somewhere with it, but I kind of lost my train of thought. Okay, let's see what's coming up toward the end of the month. Maybe I'll get back to that message. Okay, so we have the Devil coming up. The Five of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords. What are you doing? What are you doing at the end of the month? Seriously. You're making all this headway for you to do what? Is this some kind of like Taurus? Because, you know, Taurus and Scorpio, that access, right? Like, they're opposite signs, so they're on the same axis, the same line, which means that there's a lot of similarities between a Taurus and a Scorpio. And when we talk about the need to get back at someone or to hurt someone, I don't know. Let's see. And the King of Pentacles, the person in your environment, is coming up here. You have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. This is a very interesting turn. So far, all of the signs I've done at the end of the month, it's like they go through a blockage or a moment where they have to kind of stop all of the fun and all of the enthusiasm that they were feeling with that full moon in Sagittarius. And then they deal with it, but then the end of the month, it's like, okay, great, we're back on, and, you know, we're continuing this path. But it's like you're making headway, and you're doing the work, and you're just like, and you start off at the beginning of the month with this choice that you made to move forward and F the past, right? Like, I don't even know, can you cuss on YouTube? I don't know. Anyway, and so you're dealing with some parts of yourself, but you're using that to move forward, and you know, like, you're starting off the month really strong and really powerful, and enthusiastic and ready for the next chapter. But then you come and you hit this energy. You have the Devil here. I love the Devil card, don't get me wrong, but I'm only saying this because, you know, the way it's coming out in the reading, it's like you're sabotaging yourself for whatever reason. Because you like to be sad? Because you like to be in your head? Like, what is this? This is an energy of loss, pain, sadness, darkness, wallowing in pity, being secluded in the dark. Not the dark that I was talking about over here. You can easily get out of here. In the original Rider-Waite deck of the tarot, this card has a person locked in a room and they are, you know, sad. Anyway, but they have the key to get out. Like, you could easily get out of this. There's also an element of, what is this? Overthinking, being stuck in your mind, extreme fear-based mentality, just really low. Everything is okay. If there's an actual threat for your physical being, your home environment, your job, like all those things, like the real stuff, right? You know, like, you can work on that and get out of your head, find solutions, be practical about it. But if we are following the intuitive story and what the cards are saying and what I've been saying throughout this reading, with the Devil here, this is an illusion. Okay? The darkness that you're going to go through at the end of the month, it's either yourself playing games with yourself, like two personalities, right? Like, you have one powerful high vibe side, and then you have the one that's like sabotaging and you know, telling you that you're not worth it and that you don't deserve things and you're, you know, how can, I don't know, like all this bad self-talk. Then it just takes you into this like dark place at the end of the month. And for some reason, this King of Pentacles is here and has something to do with it. If this is the person that was hurting you and all of that, just know that there's a chance that you're getting out of this energy, you're doing good, you're being strong, and this person can come back and you'll perceive it as like he's the one or she is sabotaging me. He came back, she came back, and they're the ones, you know, fucking with me and sabotaging me. But is that really the case? Because we allow what we allow. Like things, you know, what we allow is our choice. We let it happen, right? So you're letting this person back in. There could be a high possibility that you're letting this person back in and you're going to be back in whatever this was. And you sort of wasted the month of June making all this headway just for you to be back into that. I don't know. I don't always clarify. I do when needed. And I want to clarify what this Devil is and what this King of Pentacles is about. If that person is not physically coming back, then it's just the memory of the person and you are allowing your thoughts to take you backwards to the situation, to, you know, the place that you were at when you were with them or around them. Lovers. So this does have to do with a romantic relationship for a good majority of you. I'm not saying all of you. The Devil. Let's clarify the Devil, please. Ace of Wands. Okay. I'm sorry to laugh. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. Okay. There is the attraction, the sexual chemistry. This person's very dynamic and has a really strong presence. They're very fiery. They're very passionate. They take risks. You can't really hold on. There's an opportunity here for something new with them. I'm hoping it's not this person. Maybe it's a new person and they're coming in this way. If it's a new person, this person is very charismatic. The Queen of Wands paired with the Devil plus this Ace of Wands here. Very charismatic, very dynamic, gets attention, is the center of attention, has strong presence, manipulative, gets their way, you know, runs circles around people, has people wrapped around their finger. I don't know if you know what like the type of person I'm talking about. I think we all have seen or known a person like that. But there's some attraction, there's some passion here, and you may perceive this to be an opportunity with this person of some sort. But it has you, even if this is a new person, it has you backtracking into those low thoughts and the sadness and this cycle, if it is a cycle that you've been in. So if it's a new person, it's a reminder of the patterning in your relationships and the type of people you've been with that may have hurt you in some way. Or if it's the same person, then that's why it's, you know, coming back as that same energy. Let's clarify this King of Pentacles, please. The Knight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Magician with the Tower. Look, this person knows that they have an impact on you and they don't have the best intentions. Not in my opinion. They don't have the best intentions. They're coming to play. They know that they can get a reaction. They know they can get a response. And you feel trapped when they're around. You feel like you can't get out because they have some type of spell or hold on you, or, you know, like, yeah. I mean, it's all a choice, Taurus. Like, it's a choice. And I hope that you really work on strengthening that heart muscle so you can be better equipped and able to navigate through this situation. The opportunity for this to be there is here. Like, there's a potential, but it doesn't have to play out this way. You have freedom of choice. You have free will. This is a potential play out if you decide to go backward into some of these old behaviors that you just identified about yourself. You and the universe are having this conversation. The universe is going to show you this once again to make sure that you learned your lesson. This is so cliche if you follow the spiritual community and, the high consciousness and all of that stuff, but it's true. I mean, we put ourselves in situations that are familiar, and the universe helps us, and the universe presents these opportunities, so we can see for ourselves where we stand in our healing journey, in our ascension journey. Have we learned these lessons? Because we're not going to be able to cross that threshold and go to the next phase with these old behaviors, right? Every relationship, every person that comes into our path is a reflection, a mirror, and every relationship is a lesson to learn, an opportunity to learn something about ourselves. That's what relationships are for in the higher realm, right? When you think of the big picture, the soul journey, people are here. We are here for each other as mirrors, walking around life, learning something about ourselves, to see something about ourselves. And we come across these types of relationships because there is major lessons to learn here, and I think this is like one of those big ones for you. If you find yourself coming across and meeting the same types of people, ask yourself why. It's not another person. It's not their fault. There's something about you that is okay with allowing this energy in your life. Why? Why do you allow these types of people in your life? Where does that come from? Usually, it's from a childhood experience. Usually, it's from a trauma that happened to you when you were a child. Usually, it's from how your caregivers treated you. This is like really big type of healing shadow work. And I wasn't intending for this reading to come out like that, but maybe for whoever's listening needs to hear that. And so you want to go all the way back to that. Get a little picture of yourself, or look at yourself in your mind and talk to that kid, right? And try to heal them at that time of their life. So you can start healing your adult self. But it starts off there usually. So where does this behavior come from? Where is the inclination to allow these types of really low level relationships come from? What is it saying about you? And I know that you know that if you reflect on it. I'm not going to give you examples of what that may say about you. You can, you know, think about that for yourself. But yeah. So we will see for July. I hope I am still here doing readings on YouTube for you guys then, and see how, you know, some of this energy played out. You're okay overall. Focus on your money. Focus on your money. Focus on your investments. Focus on your body. Focus on your health. Focus on your family. Focus on your home. Focus on your heart. Okay? This does not matter. It's not giving you anything. It's not adding anything to your life. All right. That's all I got. Sorry I got passionate. If you got something out of this reading, I would really appreciate if you liked the video. And if you are interested in seeing more from the channel and the videos that I make, please subscribe to the channel. I still have a good amount of the signs to do, and I will be working on those over the next couple of days. So if you want to see your rising sign or your moon sign, check some of those videos out. I would be really honored and happy if you did. And we're going to leave it there for now. I hope that, again, you know, you got something out of the reading, and just know that you're all right physically. There's no major threat. I hope there isn't. This is a lot of internal, personal, behavioral trauma, you know, type of work that needs to be done that's coming up for you this month. So I hope that you navigate it well, and we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you so much.